In the grand orchestra of life, the most beautiful melodies often go unheard. They resonate quietly, humming in the background, unseen, unappreciated, yet serving as the backbone of the symphony we all partake in. Consider the tale of an artist, a sculptor of words, weaving intricate tales of love, loss, and life. This person was not born into fame, nor did they stumble upon it by chance. No, their path to success was paved with years of silent, unyielding labor. Their fingers danced over the keys of a worn-out typewriter, crafting worlds and characters that seemed more real than reality itself. Yet for years, the only audience to their masterpieces was the solitude of their small, dimly lit room. But they did not falter. They did not let the silence deter them. Instead, they embraced it, allowing it to become their greatest ally. The silent nights became their canvas, the quiet whispers of their thoughts, their paint. And so they continued, undeterred by the lack of applause, undaunted by the absence of recognition. They understood that success is not always a loud, boisterous celebration. It is not always a standing ovation or a front-page headline. Sometimes success is quiet. It is the gentle tap of keys in the dead of night, the soft sigh of satisfaction after a sentence well written, the silent thrill of a story completed. This is the virtue of patience, the power of silent hard work. It is the understanding that the road to success is not always adorned with cheers and accolades. It is often a lonely, quiet path, filled with silent battles and unvoiced victories. But it is in this silence that the most beautiful melodies are born, in this quiet labor that the most profound success is attained. So the next time you find yourself in the silence, laboring in obscurity, remember this. Success does not always announce itself. It does not always come with fanfare and applause. It often arrives silently without any grand announcement. Remember, the loudest cheers are often for the quietest victories. Every mountain peak reached was once an unseen path. That's right. The journey to the top isn't visible from the start. It's a path that unfolds as you take each step, a route that makes itself known only to those who dare to tread. Consider an athlete, a champion, standing on the podium with a medal around their neck. The crowd roars, the flashbulbs pop, and for that moment, they are the center of the universe. But what the world sees is the end result, the culmination of a journey that began long before the stadium lights shone upon them. This athlete, this champion, they didn't just appear out of thin air. No, they were forged through countless hours of unseen labor. Each lap run on an empty track, every weight lifted in a silent gym, every early morning and late night spent perfecting their craft. Those are the unseen steps that led to the peak. Have you ever wondered what makes an athlete great? It's not just their natural talent or their physical prowess, it's their dedication, their consistency, their unyielding resolve to push through when nobody's watching. It's the sweat they shed in solitude, the pain they endure in silence, and the sacrifices they make in the shadows. Success, you see, isn't achieved in the spotlight. It's earned in the quiet, in the unseen corners of our lives where no one else gets to see. It's in these moments, away from the public eye, where champions are born, where mountain peaks are conquered. So remember, the path to success, it's not always a grand spectacle. More often than not, it's a lonely journey, a silent battle against oneself. It's a path littered with unseen steps, steps that test your resolve, your perseverance, your grit. But take heart, for it is in walking this unseen path and embracing the silent hard work that you inch closer to the peak. And when you finally reach the top, when you stand tall with the world at your feet, you'll know that every step, every sacrifice was worth it. The path to success is often walked alone, in the quiet whispers of determination. Beneath every towering success, there lies an invisible foundation of hard work. Let's delve into this reality. Imagine a skyscraper, majestic, isn't it? But what we don't see is the enormous groundwork, the steel and concrete that serve as its roots. This invisible foundation is what keeps it standing tall and unyielding against the mightiest storms. Now let's draw a parallel to the world of success. Consider the tale of a business tycoon. We'll call him John. Today, John's name is synonymous with a sprawling business empire, but the gleaming skyscraper of his success didn't just appear out of thin air. It was built piece by piece on an invisible foundation of hard work. John started from scratch. He had no silver spoon, no handouts. He was just a man with a dream. He worked, oh how he worked. Late into the night, long after the world had gone to sleep, John was awake, laboring in silence. There were no applause, no cheers, just the echo of his determination. But it wasn't just the work, it was the resilience, the tenacity, the refusal to bow down to the weight of failures. Every setback was a lesson, every no a stepping stone. He learned, he adapted, he grew. His failures were the invisible bricks he used to build his empire. But here's the thing, it's easy to look at John's success today and overlook the silent hard work, the invisible foundation. We see the wealth, the power, the prestige, but we don't see the sweat and the sleepless nights. And that, my friends, is the silent symphony of success. The invisible foundation of hard work is often overlooked, but it is the most crucial element. It's the bedrock, the roots, the steel and concrete that holds the skyscraper of success. So remember, the strength of your success is only as strong as the silent hard work you've put into it. Your invisible foundation is the difference between a castle in the sky and a skyscraper that stands tall and proud. Build it with care, build it with resilience, build it with hard work. In silence, every silent warrior has a loud victory. Picture this, a soldier in the dead of night honing his skills. Not a word escapes his lips, not a sound betrays his presence. His mind is a fortress, his body the weapon. In the hushed echo of the moonlight, he trains tirelessly, relentlessly. This soldier, let's call him John. John wasn't the biggest nor the strongest in his regiment, but he had an unyielding spirit, a burning desire to be the best. While others slept, he was awake, sharpening his skills, pushing his limits. He was the embodiment of silent hard work. Each drop of sweat that fell, each muscle that screamed in protest, was a testament to his unwavering commitment. He was not just preparing for a battle, he was preparing for victory. The battlefield was his stage and he was ready to perform. When the day of the battle finally came, John was not the one with the loudest roar or the most extravagant display of power. Instead, he was the quiet force in the background, the silent warrior. He moved with calculated precision. His every move was a result of countless silent hours of hard work. And when the dust settled, it was John who emerged victorious. He was the hero, not because he had the loudest war cry, but because he had the strongest resolve. His victory was louder than any war cry could ever be. His success was the symphony that played in the aftermath of the battle, a melody composed in the quiet hours of dedication and discipline. Silent hard work is like that, my friends. It's the silent warrior within us, relentlessly training for our own battles. It's the discipline, the commitment that we put in when no one is watching. And when our victory comes, it's loud, it's resounding, echoing through the valleys of our achievements. Victory loves preparation, and the best preparation is done in silence. So embrace the silence, be the silent warrior, and let your victory be the loudest sound you ever make. Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. This is where we find ourselves, at the crossroads of noise and silence, of distraction and focus, of stagnation and success. In the quiet corners of our lives, we find the answers we seek, the resolve we need, and the strength we crave. It's the silence that brings clarity, that amplifies the whispers of our dreams and aspirations. It's the silence that allows us to hear our inner voices, to listen to our hearts, to understand our passions, and to decide our paths. It's in the silence that we find ourselves, that we discover our true potential, that we realize our capabilities. In the previous scenes, we've journeyed through the silent symphony of success, the unseen path, the invisible foundation, and the silent warrior. Each of these narratives has woven a thread into the fabric of our understanding. Each has illuminated the power of silence, the value of hard work, and the path to success. It's now time for us to take that understanding, to hold it close, to let it seep into our consciousness, and to let it guide our actions. It's time for us to embrace the silence, to welcome it into our lives, to make it our companion in our journey towards success. Hard work done in silence is like a seed sown in the fertile soil. It may not make a sound, it may not draw attention, but given time, it sprouts, it grows, it blooms, and it bears fruit. It's the fruit that makes the noise, that draws the attention, that shows the world what the seed has become. So let's sow our seeds in silence. Let's work hard, let's stay focused, let's stay determined. Let's let our actions speak for themselves. Let's let our success make the noise. Let's let our achievements be the voice that speaks of our journey, that tells our story, that shares our narrative. Embrace the silence. Let your hard work make the noise, because in the end, success always speaks louder than words.